over Ireland, got out to a very handy lead early on. Semi-final number 2, New Zealand in the black, Samoa in the blue. To decide who plays Fiji in the final in Los Angeles. Aquila Rokolesoa gets this match underway, and that is a brilliant piece of skill in the air straight away from Samoa and their red scrum cap man, Milani Matavao. Samoa will get to play first. They came from behind in their quarterfinal to win it in extra time. See if that's taken anything out of the legs or if they're still full of running on Osai's scrag. But it just crept up from Molia, the captain for New Zealand.
Yeah, Sonny Molia just got his tackle height a little wrong, had the seatbelt tackle. Gives a pressure relief for the Samoans to kick to the line out, set their platform, take a breath. It's going to be interesting to see this Samoan attack versus this 7-up kind of scrape defense that New Zealand's been doing all year. It looks like they're playing 7-up, but the far side wing kind of plays back, tempting you to potentially kick the ball. Samoa's had some success with that during this week. We'll see how those two styles go against each other. Too
fair to throw to this line out target right in the middle. Nice quick front ball from Va'apelu Maliko has been as impressive as always for Samoa. Matavao will look to press and probe and get the ball wide for Paul Scanlon, who loves an offload. Tangitau just gets the short offload for Matavao. Chases coming from Tangitau. What a chase it is from the young man. Brilliant work. Couldn't quite get the arms free. Matavao is there. They'll give away the penalty, New Zealand. A double blast. It could be a yellow card. It is a yellow card.
Wait.
Early momentum for the Samoans here. Really well done by Scanlon to get an offload. He has been the offload genius all weekend long.
Scrum call.
Samoa calls in the scrum to bring in all the New Zealand fours tied up. Therefore, there'll be more space in between defenders because they've lost the man to the sin bin. Really dream start for Samoa here. Exactly how they wanted to come out. Yeah, just off his feet there.
Aquila Rokolesoa into the sin bin for New Zealand. So down to 6. They're both defensive teams in the tournament so far this weekend. That's a lonely place to be in a very loud stadium.
Set.
In and out it goes for Samoa with the extra player overlap. Onosai tries to charge through, bangs the ball down. Scores first in the semi-final, Steve Onosai.
Statement running line from Onosai. He says, I'm coming down Highway 1, try and stop me. Matavao reading the right body cue. Onosai just powering his way over for his country's first try in this semi-final.
The New Zealand team has said Samoa, this version of the Samoan side, there so much raw power, as difficult as Fiji to play, and Steve Onosai capitalising on the extra player. Great conversion too, Samoa. Great start, 7-0. Towering restart from Samoa. Nicole will go up for New Zealand. It bounces and eventually it'll get there for, well, Samoa. It was Nashu, but he got just hassled off the ball by Samoa. Va'apelu Maliko goes straight up through the middle. Loose from New Zealand. Apelu Maliko makes them pay.
Beautiful scenes for Manu Samoa. New Zealand just couldn't get their handles on the loose ball from the kickoff. And Maliko just spots a little disconnect. Big Fen. Finger to the sky, knowing how important it is to him and his teammates to get up early on these men. Yeah, just Sonny Molia just couldn't quite get to him.
6th try of the tournament for Va'apelu Maliko. $14-0. It's emphatic so far for Samoa. New Zealand back to their full complement of players now. But that power play, sin bin power play, when they were down to 6, was costly and very good for Samoa. 2 tries, 14-0. Well, it just lands for Nicole. Those high restarts causing problems. Rokolisoa for Molia. New Zealand haven't really got their game going at all, but Regan Ware powering through a couple of attackers. The offload as Rokolisoa charges up through the middle. The little man back in the centre, off from the sin bin and under the posts.
Immediate impact from Rokolisoa out of the sin bin. Said, sorry boys, my fault, don't worry, I'll make up for it. Great initial break from Regan Ware, stepping on the inside of Mataval, getting his hands free, and a great support line from his teammate, and he just turned on the burners. You can see the determination in his face. He's making sure he wants to get under the post to give his kicker the best chance at 7 points.
Especially considering he is the kicker himself, right in front of the post. Rokolisoa pegs one back for New Zealand. 14 points to 7. Haven't had great success in the USA at all, New Zealand. It's one of their worst performing tournaments. Just over a minute to go in the half now. And Mataval will be allowed to bring this down. So Samoa, we've seen them bust out from here at will throughout this tournament. Baker rides Leitufia to the ground. Heavy contact, but look at Apelo Maliko. He's so hard to put down. Just creeping up again. New Zealand conceding penalties.
Yeah, it looks like New Zealand wants to choke the ball from Samoa, try and hold them up, seeing if they can rip the ball out or cause a maul turnover. But the referee just calling too high on the tackle. Give Samoa some breathing room, able to kick the line out, get themselves composed again. Set their platform. Unleash the playmaker, Mataval, as you see on the screen. He's been brilliant all weekend, pulling the strings in the middle of the park.
Leitufia throws to the line out. Falls for Samoa, and it's going to open up for Uaina Sione. The chase is going to be in vain from New Zealand, and Sione, right as the halftime hooter goes, extends Samoa's lead.
Just the thing Samoa needed to do after New Zealand's strike is strike right back. Get the momentum going into the second half. A little bit of an unclean lineup, but the ball bounces their way. Right into Sione's hands. And then there's a disconnect between the New Zealand defenders, and there's nobody in front of him, and that long, lanky stride of Sione gives Samoa their 3rd score of the match.
Fuller running Samoa. That extra time win over Argentina in the quarterfinals doesn't look it's taken anything out of the legs at all. They're relishing this occasion in front of many, many Samoan fans. Conversion no good this time, so 19 points to 7. We go to the halftime break with Samoa leading New Zealand in the semi-final. And on the field, Samoa leading New Zealand 19 points to 7 at half-time in the Cup semi-final. Fiji is through. Who will join them, Samoa or New Zealand? Mataval gets us underway in the second half. It's awkward for New Zealand. The bounce, how is it for Sione? It's brilliant, in fact. Here's possession for Samoa. Straight off the restart, there's space for Mataval. Oh, great covering tackle. Absolutely needed to be made by New Zealand, and the ball spilled clear. Where Standing in the tackle was Moses Leo, who was the man who made that tackle on Matavao and saved it for the Kiwis. Nyashu for Lewis Ormond onto the field. Rokolisoa steaming down the wing. Sione chases Rokolisoa, slips off the tackle. Aquilo Rokolisoa is going to go in for New Zealand.
Fantastic try for New Zealand. Rokolisoa with his second of this match. It almost looked like Samoa was going to pick up right where they left off, pressuring New Zealand. But a big hit by the Kiwis to force the turnover, and then they do what they do best on transition attack, is pinning defenders, unleashing their speed on the wing. Rokolisoa backs himself, even with a last stiff effort from Sione, holds onto the ball, keeps his leg drive, and puts his team back in contention for this semi-final.
Aquilo Rokolisoa standing out, stationed on the wing. The fresh legs for New Zealand involved. He gets a second. New Zealand close the gap with the converted try. 19 plays 14. I've got a fellow Maliko there, Rokolisoa, up on the try to scorers list this weekend too. New Zealand just waiting. Regan Ware thought he was heading to the sideline. They only had 6 on the field. They're a bit short on numbers, as I said, with injuries. Kurt Baker to restart us again. Attacking in the air for Ormond. Oh, wow. Talk about looking after your mate. Sione did it, but Ormond got onto the loose ball. I'll go back to play the penalty.
You think a yellow card? Yeah.
New Zealand might be in trouble here.
Number 5. Tackle in the air.
Yeah, this is the new interpretation of the law. When you're going up and contesting in the air, you've got to make sure that you're not taking out the jumper of the lifter of the pod. It's all about player welfare.
So Lewis Ormond goes to the bin, and Nui Levea is very grateful for his teammate, Moana Sione, who somehow managed to get him to ground safely. So New Zealand, for the second time in the match, have a player in the sin bin.
Crowd! Fine! Set!
Ball dribbles out of the scrum this time, and Matavao, who pulls the strings for Samoa, just ploughing forward. Samoa just going to ground, was on a side under the attention of Baker. Samoa, though, can spread and stretch the New Zealand line, who only have 6 players in it. Magavi Black comes across and makes the hit. Here's Sione, Ioana Sione, who was so impressive for the Samoan side. Matavao, Rani Matavao. Ball up to the line from Scanlon, just steps inside the tackle, twists the New Zealand defence inside out, and scores to give Samoa some breathing room.
Samoa strikes again on the power play with Lewis Ormond in the bin. Samoa just stretching side to side. Look at the width of the pass. Matavao sitting his man down, and this boy Scanlon dancing with the stars here in LA, just making people miss left and right. Beautiful footwork. Understanding how he can beat players first off his left, now off his right. Beautiful footwork and balance from the Samoa. Samoan has scored 3 tries on the power play. Really good game management from them, understanding that that's their opportunity to strike.
Oh, and 2 more as well, 26-14 now. This is impressive stuff from Samoa. They haven't made it through a semi-final this season. Are they on their way with 3 minutes to play? Ball taken down for New Zealand. Molia. Leo. As Leo tries to power his way through. And it's going to be a penalty. Yet just lost his feet straight away. Pretty clear for the referee.
Come to me. Off feet number 2.
New Zealand tap. They've still got Ormond in the bin. Tony Nashu bumps off one, chest pass in for Leo, gets rid of a couple of Samoan defenders, and the offload for Baker. New Zealand hit back again, not done yet.
Thumbs up for Kurt Baker. Truly impressive by the Kiwis, down a man, still able to create an opportunity to strike with Lewis Ormond in the bin. Nashu just shrugging off defenders. With all the experience, Kurt Baker just knows that offload lane, waited patiently for it. Dots it down. The strength of this man. Pulling in two Samoan defenders, understanding where Kurt Baker's gonna be. Beautifully floated pass. Kurt Baker in his 50th tournament.
And the signature move, a double thumbs up. Well, New Zealand, they look down and out, 26-21. Still 90 seconds or so to play. Samoa, their turn, they responded each time. Ormond knocks that back on New Zealand's side. Ware is just smothered straight away. Oh, and there's a knock on, a little touch off a Samoan hand. This is ball for New Zealand.
Big movement for New Zealand here. Really unfortunate from Samoa there. They had their mitts on the ball, just gone forward there.
Time off. Substitution.
New Zealand are known for being able to close out game. All of the experience they have in that squad. 50 seconds left on the clock. They understand what's at stake here. They want to make that final. They want to finish this tour off on the right foot.
Guys like Molia, Baker, digging into the memory banks.
Time back on.
They've got real-life examples who have been there. Samoa already played extra time in their last match. It's slow ball for Baker, but away he comes for New Zealand. Through the hands, Ware for Leo on the outside. Moses Leo is hammered into the ground. Eventually squeezes that ball back, and it's a penalty for New Zealand. McGarvey Black for Baker into the final 30 seconds. New Zealand need a try to level. Leo swarming through is Samoa. There's blue jerseys everywhere. Big wide ball for Nicole Amanaki. Nicole striding through. Great defence again from Samoa. Huda goes, it's now or never for New Zealand. Back they come to Molia. He's gonna go himself, the captain, Sione Molia, running around under the post, and the conversion is needed now for New Zealand to win it.
Such heartbreak for Manu Samoa. They played so well all game long, just ran out a little bit of gas at the end. Sione Molia with all of experience, just understanding that the player inside of him was just
to win it. And that is a double thumbs up for New Zealand.
Heartbreak from Samoa. Ran out of gas from their extra time. Could have played a factor, but credit to the Kiwis finishing the job. Yeah, Sione Molia just reading the body cue, understands that his defender just slid past him. And then a little dummy to make sure he centers the ball so they can have that winning conversion. Brilliant experience from the number 12.
Kurt Baker, the player who absolutely loves having the crowd against him at times. The Samoan fans are so wonderful, and they were so very close to seeing their team through to the final run. Let's go down and get some reaction from the New Zealand team with Gareth Rees.
Sione, the winning try, just talk me through at that final moment.
I think the boys done extremely well to create the space for me, and obviously the boys held their worth, so I had a couple of decisions, and I think that one opened up for me, and I just went through the six.
And how about a shout out to the young Samoan boys? They put up a fight.
Yeah, we knew it was always going to be a big battle against these guys. Real physical, real fit as well, so happy to get the win.
At a final against Fiji, what does that taste like?
Yeah, I think, yeah, it's the pinnacle for us, I guess, playing Fiji in the final, and I guess we got a chance to kind of kill their story a bit, but we'll wait and see.
Well, congratulations. Thanks for doing this. Good luck.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, the New Zealanders were never just going to let it all happen around them. They wanted to have a say in what goes on this weekend, and they will do so. Boy, oh boy, what a couple of semi-finals we have had. Fiji advanced through to another cup final against New Zealand for the bronze, and this is so desperately important. Australia will take on